fiber?
No, it is not just the eating and drinking. You know, the way the food is consumed by any living organism, that is known as nutrition for them, to them, right? So that's the reason why it's been mentioned that it's a process. So what is nutrition? Nutrition is basically a process of providing or obtaining the food necessary for health and growth. An amoeba would take nutrition, a plant would take nutrition, an animal would take nutrition. All three of them, also human being, if we could, put human beings here. They would all take nutrition in different ways, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? How does amoeba take its nutrition? So amoeba consume, it doesn't have a teeth, it doesn't have a hand, right? So with the help of pseudopodia, it consumes its food. What about plants? How do plants take their nutrition? Unmana, Vatsala, speak.
Ma'am, photosynthesis?
Yes, photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process, right? But they too don't have any mouth and hand and teeth through which they'll eat and grind, right? So basically, in their case, a little bit is being taken by the roots and most of it is taken by the leaves, right? So they derive nutrition through soil and air with the help of roots and leaves. Their nutrition, the mode of nutrition is so different. What about animals? How do they take the nutrition?
Ma'am, can you repeat the question?
How do animals take in their nutrition?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Yeah.
Ma'am, by eating food, digesting and...
Yeah, so they have a decent digestive system, right? They have a decent digestive system, and also apart from that, they have either a pair of limbs. Birds, if it's a bird, they would have a beak. If it's an animal, they would have limbs, they would have a proper jaw and teeth, right? If it's fishes, again, they will have a buccal cavity, right? So depending on what is the kind of animal, they would have the nutrition likewise. And of course, human beings have the most interesting, the most organized, and the most complicated digestive system through which they take in their food. They're capable of having any kind of food, be it solid, be it liquid, be it kind of gaseous food also, right? For example, cold drink. Cold drink is gas mixed in water, so we are capable of having that also, right? So by nutrition, we say the process of providing or obtaining food. So we are obtaining food from different sources in different ways. And what is the result? The result is health, good health. We're all eating, we're all having nutrition for good health. Okay. Now, Unmana, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Kindly unmute and please say, why do we need food? What are the reasons to have
Food is essential for nutrients, and it provides energy, and it helps in repairing warm out tissues,
food?
and it protects, like by eating it we get energy that protects us from germs and diseases.
Correct. Good. Very good. So basically, we need food for the 7 points, 7 reasons. First and foremost is energy. Second is growth and development, right? Then it is for immunity. Then we have it for protection, right? So repair. Yeah. So these are the reasons why we need to have food for good health also. Okay, so these are the reasons why we need to have food, why we need to have nutrition. Right? Now, Out of all these, there are some living organisms which can make their own food. They are called the producers. And some animals which depend on others for food, then they are known as consumers. So are we clear about who are producers and who are consumers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you name a few producers?
Plants.
Green plants. Green plants.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah. So, and who are consumers?
Humans, animals, birds.
Everybody else, everybody except for green plants are consumers. Whoever consumes plants directly or indirectly would fall under the consumer segment. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, where do we get nutrition from? We get nutrition only from two sources. There are only two sources in this entire nature from where we can get our nutrition. One is plant and the other is animal. One is plant and the other is animals. Is there any third source from which we can get nutrition? Think.
Ma'am, fungus?
Very good. So which name a fungus which we eat?
Ma'am, mushroom.
Yes. Okay, so did I discuss this the other day?
Yes, ma'am.
I did discuss. So good that you remembered. So basically fungi, bacteria,
Ma'am, actually the first class of nutrition I didn't attend at all.
oh, okay, okay. So basically fungi, bacteria, virus, these are all certain microscopic organisms which fall neither under the plant category nor under the animal category, right? So they are somewhere in between. They have not still been classified yet. So that's the reason why, when we eat mushroom, right? So mushroom falls under the category of fungi, fungus. That's the only exception. Apart from that, everything belongs to either the plant or the animal category. Clear? Okay. Now, Arna, can you please read out what are the specialities of producers, the properties of producers?
Yes, ma'am. Producers. Producers make their own foods. Their own food. They are green plants, red, blue, and purple plants from inorganic substances.
Right. We know that, the moment something is
Ma'am, I
green,
have a doubt. I didn't understand the third one. Red, blue, and purple plants.
yeah,
How are
I knew,
they producers?
yeah, so
Like how are they producers?
I knew. That's the reason why I'm coming to the colors only. So when we say green,
Ma'am,
right?
sorry to interrupt. Okay, sorry.
Ma'am, you had told us, ma'am, this one.
Which one?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, like how red, blue and purple plants make food.
Yeah, we did. I did discuss this. I did discuss this. Okay, fine. Let's just go ahead. I'll just reiterate once more. See, what does green mean?
Chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll. Very good. So when we say when we say green, anything green, it has got chlorophyll. And if it has got chlorophyll, then it can make its own food. Is it clear? Anything. This is so simple. Green
Yes,
color
ma'am.
plant. Oh, green means chlorophyll. It can make its own food. But
So, like the red, blue, and purple plants have chlorophyll, but it's not seen.
it's not visible. Very good. Because the red color or the brown color are dominant colors. So they mask the green color of the chlorophyll. So we are unable to see the green color, but actually it's there. Okay. Now we come to the red, blue, and the purple plants. This is what I was saying, that there are certain leaves where we have seen, the leaves are either red or purple or dark brown, light brown, little pinkish in color. So you must be wondering, so how do they make their own plants, food? So they too have chlorophyll, but it's just that, if this is the leaf, this is the chlorophyll, it's being masked by the red color. So, what we see is the red color. We don't get to see the green color, which is actually underlying here inside. We can't see it. We only see the red color or the brown color, whichever is the dominant color. Right? So similarly, apart from plants, there are certain algae also. Algae also fall into the plant kingdom. There are some red color algae, there are blue color algae, there are purple color algae, there are some blue-green algae, right? So these algae can also make their own food. They have certain pigments. Those pigments gives it the required color. And they too can make their own food with certain very basic things. All they need is carbon dioxide, water, and a little bit of sunlight. Or this is all that they need to make food. So this is abundantly available in the environment. Right? So that is about producers. Now coming to consumers. Unmana, can you please read out consumers?
Consumers depend on producers. They have both plants and animals. For example, animals and human beings.
Correct. So explain.
Ma'am,
Yes.
can you repeat?
Yeah, explain the consumer things to us. The way we explain the producers, explain consumers.
Ma'am, like consumers, they depend on producers for their nutrition because they can't prepare their food. So they have both plants and animals. I think this means that like there are some plants that can't make their own food, like those who do not have chlorophyll. So both plants and both some plants and both animals, they fall under consumers.
Correct. So can you name animals? So of course all of them are consumers. Can you name a plant which is a consumer?
Ma'am, can I?
Yeah, please do.
Ma'am, like heterotrophic plants, like parasitic and
Yes,
saprophytic.
yes, correct. So basically these are the plants which can't, which do not have the green pigment in them, right? So these are the plants which actually have to depend on other plants to for nutrition. So name a few plants. कुछ plants का नाम बताओ.
Ma'am, Cuscuta.
हाँ.
Cuscuta.
Cuscuta, very good, excellent. Which color is Cuscuta of?
Ma'am,
Yellow.
yellow.
Yellow in color, very good. What other examples do you have?
Ma'am, insectivorous plant like Venus flytrap and dorsal.
See, we cannot say Venus flytrap or pitcher plant completely because they have green leaves. That's what I was discussing the other day with another class. Because pitcher plant has green leaves as well as it consumes food from the insects. Because whatever deficiency it has,
That's why they are known as so they are semi-parasite plants.
yes, correct. So they are semi-parasitic. They are not
Ma'am, they
parasitic.
have deficiency of nitrogen.
That's the reason why they need to have insects. Insects have a lot of nitrogen in them. And why do plants need nitrogen?
Ma'am, to produce fruits and flowers.
Very good. So the more nitrogen the plants have, the plant is capable of making more fruits and flowers and being a healthy plant. Right? So basically, all the heterotrophic plants which are non-green plants will fall into the consumer segment. Okay, good. Good going. From where do plants get nutrition? We all know this, right? How many of you know the formula, the chemical formula of photosynthesis?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, C6H12O.
No, that is the
oh no, that's
result.
respiration.
That is the resultant. From where does it start?
Ma'am, CO2
Hmm.
plus H2O
Hmm.
in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll
Okay.
produces glucose, which is C6H12O6,
Hmm.
and water. Ma'am, and even oxygen, O2.
O2, very good, excellent. So little bit of water is present, but this actually goes out in the form of transpiration. So most of the times we don't write water, right? So this
Yes.
is basically the chemical formula. Very well done, Priscilla. So this is the chemical formula of photosynthesis, right? So basically what it requires for nutrition is carbon dioxide here, water, in the presence of sunlight. Of course, it has some nutrients, right? It takes some certain nutrients also. It produces carbohydrate and oxygen. Oxygen is something which we or the other animals take up for breathing, and carbohydrates are what that is stored in the plant, either in the fruits or in the roots or in the stems. Can you give me two examples each?
Ma'am, can you repeat your question?
Carbohydrate is stored in plants, right? Either in the
Yes, ma'am.
fruits or in the stem or in the roots. So give two examples each.
Ma'am, stems means for potatoes.
Okay,
And roots are like carrot, beetroot, and radish.
correct.
Then fruits like
All
ma'am,
Lemon.
mango.
every fruit is a fruit, right?
Ma'am, there are
So,
false fruits, no ma'am. They are stored in the thalamus, so that's why.
good. But I only got one example for stems.
Ma'am, sugarcane.
Yes. So we have potato, we have sugarcane, and of course, how can we forget onion?
Ma'am, onion is a stem.
Onion is a stem.
Ma'am, I thought it was a root.
No, onion is a stem, ginger is a stem.
Ma'am, I think these are all underground stems, right?
Yes, so these are known as, so this category is known as bulb. This category is known as tuber. These are
Ma'am,
all,
even lilies have bulbs.
even lilies have bulbs. So those are all underground stem. Even potato is a underground stem. This is also a tuber. Sorry, this is a tuber, and ginger would fall under the rhizome category.